West Joe Tyler is back with the long-awaited best and worst of WrestleMania. Now, they are going to be top 5 worst moments and top 5 worst main event because I hadn't seen every main event of WrestleMania. So, there's that. Will I do this for SummerSlam? Probably next year because, yeah, we'll do that next year. So, this isn't going to be the only WrestleMania countdown I'm going to do because some point later I will count down the best WrestleMania matches that aren't the main event. So, yeah. And then tomorrow I will review WWE 2K24. I did beat the My Rise men's storyline. I will beat the wins probably before I will review it. If I don't, I know what the last match in the women's storyline is. No spoiler, it's for you watching. Um, I did play the 4 years of WrestleMania Showcase mode, which I will discuss how I feel about that mode. I hadn't tried Universe mode yet, or the GM mode yet, but I will get to those eventually. Um, but that's tomorrow. Monday will be my Raw review live. So, going on forward to WrestleMania 40. This Raw has been really, really crappy. And then Tuesday will be Clash of the Belts, where you will see a unified title match there. And why is Charlotte facing an unknown person where the lights keep turning off? I won't tell you yet. Will Showdown also be on this Wednesday? Uh, Probably yes. Probably. No promises. But yeah, let's get to I want to do the worst out of the way first. The worst WrestleMania moments and main events. Now these are only 5 I chose as worst moments. So let's get on to the first one. Number 5, Roman Reigns wins both world titles WrestleMania 38. This is a short but sweet, not so sweet actually, short but not so good thing to talk about. Let's talk about it. I'm not going through full details because you don't know. Shout out to Super Kid Studios about the day one butterfly effect that same year in 2022 where Roman got COVID. If the plans were Brock was supposed to win the Universal title at day one, and night two's main event all along was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar just for the Universal title, but Roman got COVID. Brock was inserted into the Fatal 5-Way match. The match that Seth Rollins was originally supposed to win the WWE Championship made this butterfly effect. At the same time, it was a bad thing, but at the same time, it changes history, changes everything about the road to WrestleMania 38, where Seth Rollins was the right opponent for Cody Rhodes' return, and Seth Rollins got a World Heavyweight Championship. We would not see the World Heavyweight Championship back because the Universal title and the WWE Championship were not going to get unified, but that happened. I'm quickly going through it. Brock dropped the WWE Championship at the Rumble to Bobby Lashley, won the WWE Championship back. He also challenged for the Universal title by winning the fucking shittiest Royal Rumble ever. And this match, I didn't like this match that much. It's not their worst main event match at WrestleMania. Wait till we get to the worst main events in WrestleMania history. And yeah, Roman unifying the world titles. If this was just Roman not taking a lighter schedule, wouldn't be on here. But he took a lighter schedule, aka a part-timer now. So, basically, yeah, that's the reason why this is number 5 on here. Roman Reigns winning both world titles at WrestleMania 38 because, don't get me wrong, this was a good WrestleMania. I thought this was a sour way for this to end. WrestleMania 38. Another Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match, which, yeah, times have changed for Brock Lesnar. Yeah, how he went into that lawsuit with Vince. Okay, let's not go into that. We're never gonna. I don't think we're ever gonna see Vince ever again because then again he did retire in 2022. Then he sold the company to the UFC to form TKO, which wasn't the worst idea in the world. At least it wasn't Saudi Arabia, so that was just an urban legend. So thank God it's not Saudi Arabia. Thank goodness. Number 4, Triple H beats Booker T WrestleMania 19. I already mentioned this in my redo of WrestleMania 19 2 days ago on my secondary channel. I'm not going into the full detail again. I said this before. Triple H is not racist, okay? And I reason why because the whole somebody like you and Triple H didn't want to say it, okay? He felt really bad saying that to Booker T because again, Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Him and The Undertaker are neck and neck, with Stone Cold and The Rock being on there also. I do a little bit of top 10 or my favorite wrestlers ever. You're gonna be surprised, really. Triple H and The Undertaker will be on that list. But listen, if this was just but when you did this storyline, the whole somebody like you bringing up Booker T's past, and you think they should have Booker won the World Heavyweight Championship, but then again, he did win in 2006 when he was King Booker. Um, so Booker did recover, okay, from this loss, but this whole storyline, oh my God, it didn't. He didn't fully recover until when he moved over to SmackDown the following year in 2004, which some point later I will cover Judgment 2004, but I don't know. But yeah, that's number 4. Triple H beats Booker T WrestleMania 19. Now we're gonna skip 20 years later, and I don't give a crap what anyone says. This is what I give it number 3. Wrong winners in both women's championship matches for both nights. This is a hot take here. If they did the matches what I want to. This is a reply from James from We Are Pro Wrestling when he did his WrestleMania 16 review. I'm not gonna say WrestleMania 2000, okay? If I always think of the video game when it was called that, where he had a hot take when he said if they were gonna do the 4-way at WrestleMania 16 with Triple H, The Rock, Big Show, and Mick Foley, where Mick Foley should have won the title, which it would have been the worst idea in the world, because this is a hot take for me. If they did the same 2 matches, what they should have done, but which they shouldn't, Oscar and Charlotte should have won those. You could still do a title for title match with the. You could still have Oscar and Charlotte be on the same brand, and you do a title unification match where you could still do the Women's World Title with on Raw, like a tournament style, you know. But like I said before, the wrong winners won in the both SmackDown Raw Women's Championship. Hot take, okay? And all you look at dislike. There's a middle finger for you, haters. But yeah, that's number 3, okay? Wrong winners in both women's championship matches, WrestleMania 39. Number 2 and number 1, I had an obvious choice. Number 2, Stone Cold turns heel, WrestleMania 17. Yeah, how did that lawsuit going for you, Vince? Okay, enough with the Vince lawsuit issues. Point blank, Stone Cold should not turn heel. He should not align with Triple H at the Raw after WrestleMania. And yeah, I will mention this in his road to WrestleMania. I will mention the others after WrestleMania 20 review. And again, I will talk about what the next review will be after all of my WrestleMania videos. But that's after when I talk about WrestleMania 20, guys. Like, they should have Austin stun Vince at the end, not shaking his hands with him. But although that's number 2, Stone Cold's heel turn, WrestleMania 17, and then number 1, The Undertaker's streak ends WrestleMania 30. I'm not going to talk about this, but I have to. But if Undertaker should have lost to somebody full time, which people bring this up, it should have been Bray Wyatt. Again, I wouldn't mind that. You're passing the torch to another supernatural character. Rest in peace to you, Bray Wyatt. But no, you give it to Brock fucking Lesnar. He's a part-timer. He should not... Again, if I ever make a list of the times where the wrong wrestler won, Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker from WrestleMania 30 is on that list. Brock Lesnar should not have broke the streak. It should have been somebody else. But regardless, that's number 1. The Undertaker streak ends WrestleMania 30. Now let's get to my top 5 worst WrestleMania main events. I know this is going to be a little somewhat short. We're at 11 minutes. What's the reason to say that? Yeah, top 5 worst WrestleMania main events. Yes, I know Brian Stang from Wrestling with Regrets did something like this last year. This one, I put 5 WrestleMania main events. I know he put Sin Undertaker from WrestleMania 13, Roman Reigns, and Triple H from WrestleMania 32. They're not going to be on this list because Sin Undertaker wasn't the best main event ever, but Undertaker winning was the right choice. Also, he put Hogan and Sid from WrestleMania 8. I had not seen that match, really. I can't judge whether that was good or not. It wasn't, because Sid and Hogan don't match well. Also, he put Roddy Piper and Mr. T from the New York portion of WrestleMania. Again, I'm not going to put that match on here, but these are the 5 I chose. Number 5, Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 33. This was planned to be Undertaker's final match, which Undertaker looked really bad in this match, and this match was really hard to watch. It was not good of a match, and all due respect to The Undertaker, but again, if this was still for the streak, having Roman Reigns being the one to do it, again, he was a full-timer at this point, but this was around the time nobody liked Roman Reigns, with all due respect, and 5 years ago, I did met Roman Reigns. Really nice guy. But Roman should not. This was not a good match. So yeah, and mostly the rest of WrestleMania 33. As a viewer since a kid, this was my least favorite WrestleMania ever. It's right up there with SummerSlam 2004. I said it before. So that's number 5. Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 33. Number 4, The Miz versus John Cena, WrestleMania 27. This was not much of The Miz being in it. It was mostly him being the third wheel to the first Rock and Cena match for the following WrestleMania. Because the match ended a double countout, and The Rock restarts the match. Rock bottom Cena, and Miz retains the WWE Championship, and then The Rock beats up Miz afterwards. So yeah, The Miz felt like an afterthought in this match. That's number 4, The Miz versus John Cena, WrestleMania 27. Keep in mind, that's the same WrestleMania that Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler had their match. You are surprised that match was not on my worst matches ever this past November, because guess what? What the fuck do you think that was going to be? Literally. Now I get to the top 3 worst main events in WrestleMania history. Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 11, number 3. Worst WrestleMania ever. Celebrities should not be in a wrestling match anywhere. Okay. It was fine with Mr. T, but other celebrities, no. And this ruined Bam Bam Bigelow. It took him to go to ECW to revamp his career. because, oh my god, this match really hurt Bam Bam Bigelow. So, that's number 3, Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow, WrestleMania 11. Number 2, Triple H versus Randy Orton, WrestleMania 25. I mean, the first part of the build was good when Randy Orton punted Vince McMahon, and he won the 2009 Royal Rumble, and then they brought back Shane McMahon. Then Triple H was inserted into this storyline, and then they make the match where if Triple H gets counted out or disqualified, he automatically loses the WWE Championship. That killed this match here. I'm not gonna lie to you, this was their worst match. Worse than Unforgiven 2004, in my opinion, that is. I said this before, these two do not work as opponents. Sorry. These two do not work as opponents. These two were way better as a group. And this is a bad match. I can't believe this had to fall Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Which the following year, we'll get to that. So that's number 2, Triple H versus Randy Orton, WrestleMania 25. What do you think was number 1? Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 34. No, I mentioned this already in my WrestleMania 34 review last year on this main channel, that is. Brian Zay said it, this was the worst WrestleMania main event ever. I agree with him, because holy fucking shit, this was a shit match. And they didn't let Roman Reigns win. He should have won, honestly, but nope. And they keep the title reign continue until August. So that was number 1, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 34. What do you expect from it? That's the same WrestleMania to have a way better World Championship match with AJ Styles and Nakamura, and a damn good Women's Championship match between Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Which, again, those two matches should have been the main event of WrestleMania 34, but no, Vince McFucking-Man I want Roman Reigns versus Brock in the main event. But what about the other 2 Rumble winners? Nah! Put Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the main event. Okay, now let's get to the top 5 best WrestleMania moments. We'll start with number 5. Going to number 5, okay. Stone Cold wins his first WWF Championship, WrestleMania 14. I mean, you gotta give it up to Stone Cold for this. Him going after his feud with the Hart family, and Bret Hart. He was the obvious choice to win the 98 Royal Rumble. Shawn won the main event of the Rumble. He was the biggest heel after Montreal. Yeah, we all know about that. We're not going to go into that. And then, it was this whole build was mostly having Austin and Tyson, Steve Austin gave him the middle finger. Mike Tyson shoved him, and basically Shawn did play a few roles here, but this was around the time Shawn Michaels had a really bad back injury. And it took him 4 years to come back to the ring. But Stone Cold wins his first world champion, and then the Austin era begun. I did in my, 4 years ago now, I mentioned in my top 10 best pay-per-view endings list. And yeah, that's number 5. Stone Cold wins his first WWF Championship at WrestleMania 14. Number 4, The Undertaker's last ride, WrestleMania 36. I will mention this afterwards because this was during the whole pandemic thing, and this match with AJ Styles and The Undertaker in the Boneyard match, this was the perfect last ride for The Undertaker. I will mention more detail when we get to the best main events in WrestleMania. But short, but we'll talk about it briefly in the next portion of it. So that's number 4, The Undertaker's last ride, WrestleMania 36. Number 3, Seth Rollins stole the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 31. AKA the heist of the century. Seth Rollins cashed in at the end of the main event of WrestleMania 31 with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And then Seth Rollins comes in and cashes in the briefcase. And he stole the WWE Championship. And the heist of the century also, with Michael Cole saying it, Rollins with the heist of the century. One of his best calls. And yeah, the reign was... He had a reign, okay, as WWE Champion. Not a good, nor bad. Then again, this World Heavyweight Championship run is his best world title run. But that's number 3. Seth Rollins stole the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 31. Number 2, John Cena and Batista won their first World Champions WrestleMania 21. This was basically John Cena and Batista finally becoming big main eventers. Cena beat JBL to win the WWE Championship, and then Batista beat Triple H to win the World Heavyweight Championship. They both won their first World Champions, and they became big stars after this. And that's number 2. And then number 1, I'm not going into full details till my WrestleMania 20 review. And that's Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero celebrate at the end of WrestleMania 20. I'm not going into full details about it. Benoit won the World Heavyweight Championship. Eddie Guerrero retained the championship against Kurt Angle. You know, they celebrate at the end of WrestleMania 20. And that's my number 1. Again, I'm not going into full details yet until WrestleMania 20. So that's my top 5 best WrestleMania moments. And now let's get to the top 5 best WrestleMania main events. The final portion of this video. And let's start up. Number 5, The Undertaker versus AJ Styles Boneyard match, WrestleMania 36, Night 1. I know this was not the actual main event, but this technically main event Night 1. And AJ Styles main event WrestleMania against The Undertaker is something we never thought was going to happen. And then the pandemic struck, but they did the best they could. To me, this was a really a good storytelling for Undertaker's last match. Compared to the Funhouse match, which that was an interesting match. But this was a fight, basically. Undertaker, this was basically a celebration of all, you know, the American Badass, the Deadman, the Lord of Darkness, basically. Undertaker entering this match on a motorcycle. And much we don't want to talk about the pandemic era anymore, this is a match I can go back to watch and be appreciative of. You know, 2 of my favorite wrestlers ever. And this was a perfect set-off for The Undertaker's final match. And that's number 5, The Undertaker versus AJ Styles Boneyard match, WrestleMania 36, Night 1. Number 4, The Rock versus John Cena, WrestleMania 28. I know a lot of people are going to say, what? Then again, their match at WrestleMania 29 was not as good as this match. But, you know, this was tagline once in a lifetime quotation marks. Because, yes, I know The Rock won, but there was going to be a rematch the next WrestleMania. But, all in all, it was a great match. And this was the obvious choice to be the main event of WrestleMania 28 because they set this up the prior year's WrestleMania. And yeah, that's number 4. The Rock versus John Cena, WrestleMania 28. Speaking of The Rock, number 3, Stone Cold versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17. Despite the shit ending rather, this was still a damn good match. Despite the Austin heel turn at the end, because that was fucking terrible. But, like I said before, these two really, they have great chemistry together. And, yeah. That's number 3, Stone Cold versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17. And then number 2, I got Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 20. Okay, I'm not going into full details about this match. I'll talk about my WrestleMania 20 review on the 20th anniversary of it. Oh, Jesus Christ, time does fly quickly. Benoit won the world title, and you know about the end of it. That's number 2. Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 20. And number 1, speaking of Shawn Michaels, number 1, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 26. This was billed as Streak versus Career. And they did the right... This was the right choice to be the main event of WrestleMania 26. A really lackluster WrestleMania, but... Tomorrow will be the rivals of Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait to watch that, rather. And this was the perfect send-off for Shawn Michaels' career. We're not going to mention the Saudi match, okay? Let's pretend that match did not exist. Like, okay? Let's just pretend that match did not exist, okay? So that's the obvious choice. And really, this was the end of both Shawn Michaels and Undertaker as in-ring performers now. Undertaker became more of a part-timer and Shawn retired. Again, we're not going to mention the Saudi tag match in 2018, okay? Pretend that match did not happen. So that's my best and worst of WrestleMania. Short video. Well, not really. It was just 26 minutes. And tomorrow, the review of WWE 2K24. Like this video, comment down below, subscribe to this channel right here, and click the notification bell, as well as my secondary channel titled Retro Reviews. Subscribe and click the notification bell on that one so you will see on Thursday WrestleMania 20 on the 20th anniversary of it, because March 14th. Get it? Bye.